So you were just telling me that you had a brain disease, and what did you do to fix it?
So
What was it, first of all?
it's temporal lobe epilepsy with mesial temporal sclerosis.
And when did you develop this?
We don't know, but I started having seizures like a few years ago, and everybody in my family knows I'm a neuroscientist. I say with a lowercase n, not a PhD neuroscientist, but
But you studied neuroscience.
yeah, I postgrad at Harvard and Duke, but they assumed, Chase has studied all this stuff. He's going to know if he's having seizures, but these seizures come with amnesia. So I didn't remember that I was having any of them. And this was like 3 years ago. I'd retired from the military and then started having these seizures. So then I found a neurologist. The drug that they gave me, the number one side effect was seizures from this pharmaceutical company. So I kind of looked around, and I found this guy as a functional medicine guy, and he got me on methylene blue to start off. And I know Mel Gibson was on here talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that instantly stopped everything. And some other stuff.
It was a fabric dye, right?
Yeah, in 1890.
How weird.
And
Who the fuck drank it first? Who's that guy? Make blue jeans out of that? Huh.
Yeah,
Wonder what it tastes like.
Yeah.
What if I drink it every day if it affects my health?
It tastes like chewing an aspirin.
I'd take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take it every day as well. And
yeah, RFK Jr. told me about it.
Yeah, man, it's fantastic. And so this guy's injecting, in 1890, injects these rats with it and then does an autopsy on these things. And their brain, the brainstem, every single nerve is blue. So he discovered this methylene blue has an affinity for neuronal tissue. So he says, well, it's sucking into neurons. What's it doing? So we could talk about it if you want to, but
sure,
how it's working and working in the body. So we started putting it in humans, and we found out it's an MAOI, which is just
monoamine oxide inhibitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which helps with depression and anxiety and all kinds of life stress and stuff.
Does it cause side effects if you're taking any drug that you shouldn't take with an MAOI?
There are some studies that have been recalled that said you can't take it with SSRIs because you could develop serotonin syndrome.
Right.
But they did recall the studies as far as I'm aware. And it is so incredible that it acts as an electron donor to mitochondria, especially your neuronal mitochondria. So it helps you produce more ATP, and it helps you get rid of this stuff called reactive oxygen species. So you have an oxygen molecule. It should have two hydrogens on it. And like your body's job is to convert stuff into water so you can pee it out. So if you get an oxygen molecule, it's got 4, 5, 1. It's a reactive oxygen, which we call free radicals. So methylene blue goes in there and balances a lot of those things out in your brain and your nervous system. So it is a miracle, and it's been proven for 100 years. It's one of the most well-proven drugs out there.
What's the side effects of it? Are there any?
Not a bunch.
I would imagine if you're taking an MAOI, there's wild shit going on there.
Yeah. Like if you mix it with anything that has tyramine in it, like aged cheeses, red wine, you're not supposed to mix it. If you're on a high dose, though, but you're probably taking 1 milligram per kilogram, and you weigh probably 75 kilograms.
What's that weight? What's 75 kilograms?
You're probably 189, 190.
Close.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty close.
So you're
a
about
little heavier than that.
Okay. And so you take maybe 40 milligrams a day to 80 milligrams a day.
And you put it in water? Is that what you do?
No, I have these little trokes. It's like the consistency of a starburst.
Oh, okay.
And you just cut them up, and they're 40 milligrams each. You obviously got to swallow them really quick, or your teeth are going to be blue for an entire day.
Yeah, it's a pretty potent dye. I see it in my pee.
Yeah. Well, I had to change the toilets in my house to black toilets because my kids take it, my wife takes it.
Jesus, everybody takes it.
But like if you go to a party and you forget to flush, everybody just thinks that
it's one of those supplements that I take. I'm like, are you sure? Like every time I take it, I'm like, are you fucking sure? Like I drink it in water. I take a little eyedropper and I squirt it in water and I drink it. No, Gary Brecka told me about it. I should correct that. He told me to take it with red light therapy. That's what it was about.
Did he tell you why? why it all works?
He probably did, but I probably forgot.
Well, it's
Why
blue.
does it work for red light therapy?
So anything that's blue means that it absorbs red and reflects blue light. So if you're in a red light therapy machine, all your neurons are soaking up way more red light than they otherwise would without methylene.
Oh,
So it's fantastic. It's like 600x the effectiveness of red light therapy.
really?
I'm making that up, but it is a
Sounds good.
significant, yeah, it's a significant increase.
How weird is it to be essentially a brain expert and get a brain disease?
It was horrifying because I know where this is going to go at the end of the day. Your hippocampus, your memory center of your brain, is eating itself. And during a seizure, you can lose up to about 1 million neurons a second. And the seizures were like 1.5 minutes long. And they're not like shaking on the floor. A temporal lobe seizure, you're just kind of like, you're just out. Like you're
You
unconscious.
just seize up like Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, like you turn into a little zombie, your head falls down. And at the end of the day, I tried so many different things to fix it and stop these seizures. I was at a point of 9 seizures a day.
Jesus.
And I was desperate.
And you think this is because of the medication that they gave you that causes seizures? Or is this just
I never took it.
okay. So you had seizures, but the medication, why would they give you something that has a side effect of seizures
I don't know.
if you're getting seizures?
And I don't know why you hear so much about these medical schools getting paid off by companies and stuff that don't really have our best interests at heart. And I think that methylene blue, you shouldn't have to tell a doctor about methylene blue. I think everybody should know about it. And you can get it on Amazon. You can get it. I get mine from this company called Mitozen, and it's fantastic. And it's changed my life. I would have been gone by now.
What's the root cause of this disease? Do they know?